America has officially confirmed the F-47, its first sixth-generation combat aircraft. This is not a concept. This is not a prototype. This is a funded, operational program that represents the next phase of aerial warfare doctrine. Now, a serious question is emerging in defense analysis circles worldwide. Can Israel, with its advanced but smaller defense infrastructure, realistically develop its own sixth-generation fighter platform? Israel has a proven aerospace industry, a combat-experienced air force, and a strategic need to maintain air superiority. But the gap between capability and a full sixth-generation program is significant. In this video, we break it down, factually, neutrally, and completely. Welcome to the channel, where we analyze global defense developments with clarity, accuracy, and depth. Today's topic sits at the intersection of aerospace engineering, defense economics, and regional strategy. The United States has confirmed the F-47 as its sixth-generation fighter aircraft, a program that has been in classified development for years under the Next Generation Air Dominance Initiative. This confirmation has prompted analysts and defense observers worldwide to examine what sixth-generation air power means for allied and independent nations going forward. Israel, given its unique strategic position and its well-documented investment in aerospace technology, naturally becomes part of that analytical conversation. This video examines the question methodically, looking at Israel's existing capabilities, its industrial infrastructure, its resource limitations, and the realistic pathways available to it. Let us begin. Sixth-generation fighter aircraft represent a significant doctrinal and technological shift from current fifth-generation platforms. While fifth-generation aircraft like the F-35 prioritize stealth, sensor fusion, and network connectivity, sixth-generation systems are designed around several additional characteristics. These include optional manned operation, meaning the aircraft can function autonomously without a pilot. They incorporate directed energy weapons systems such as high-powered lasers. They operate in coordination with loyal wingmen unmanned combat aircraft. They feature advanced artificial intelligence for real-time threat assessment and response. Engine architecture is also being redesigned for adaptive cycle performance across a broader operational envelope. It is important to note that no nation outside the United States has yet confirmed a fully operational sixth-generation aircraft. Several programs are in various development stages globally, but the F-47 currently stands as the only confirmed example. The F-47 was publicly acknowledged by the United States in early 2025, confirming Boeing as the primary contractor under the NGD program. Development investment has been reported in the range of $20 billion across the research and development phase alone. The aircraft is designed to operate alongside autonomous drone wingmen, extending its operational reach and reducing pilot exposure in high-threat environments. Stealth characteristics are reported to surpass current fifth-generation standards, though specific radar cross-section data remains classified. The program reflects a broader American strategy to maintain air superiority against near-peer adversaries, primarily China and Russia, who are developing their own advanced air platforms. For international observers, the F-47 confirmation establishes a new reference point for what sixth-generation capability means in practical, operational terms, and what it costs to achieve it. Israel operates one of the most technically advanced and operationally experienced air forces in the world relative to its size. The Israeli Air Force currently fields the F-35A, a variant of Lockheed Martin's F-35A that was modified to incorporate Israeli-developed systems. These modifications include indigenous electronic warfare suites, domestic weapons integration, and classified avionics upgrades, a level of customization that Lockheed Martin has not permitted to any other F-35 operator. Israel also operates advanced reconnaissance platforms, long-range strike aircraft, and an extensive fleet of unmanned aerial vehicles across multiple mission profiles. Combat experience is a defining characteristic of the IAF. The force has conducted live operations across a range of threat environments more consistently than most peer air forces. This operational record provides a strong baseline from which to assess any future capability development. Israel's domestic defense industry plays a central role in any assessment of its sixth-generation potential. Three companies in particular represent the core of Israeli aerospace and defense production. Israel Aerospace Industries, or IAI, develops and manufactures aircraft, satellites, missile systems, and unmanned platforms for both domestic and export markets. Rafael Advanced Defense Systems produces missile systems, precision munitions, and the Iron Dome air defense platform, which has been adopted by several international customers. Elbit Systems specializes in electronic warfare, avionics, helmet-mounted displays, and unmanned systems. These companies collectively generate billions in annual revenue and maintain active research and development programs. Importantly, all three have demonstrated the capacity to produce export-quality systems that meet international defense standards, a relevant indicator when evaluating industrial readiness for advanced platform development. A neutral assessment must give serious weight to the structural constraints that limit Israel's sixth-generation options. The financial dimension is the most immediate. The United States invested approximately $20 billion in NGAD research and development before contract award. Israel's total annual defense budget is approximately $23 to $24 billion. Allocating a substantial portion of that budget to a single long-term aerospace program would create significant pressure on other defense priorities. Industrial capacity is a second constraint. Producing sixth-generation aircraft at scale requires supply chains for advanced composite materials, adaptive cycle engines, and highly integrated sensor systems that take years to develop and certify. Finally, Israel's defense relationship with the United States involves military aid agreements that carry strategic dimensions. An independently developed competing platform could introduce complexity into that relationship. Given the financial and industrial constraints of a fully sovereign program, international collaboration represents a more analytically realistic option for Israel. Several sixth-generation programs are currently in development outside the United States. The United Kingdom's Tempest program, now part of the broader global combat air program involving Japan and Italy, is progressing through design phases. European nations are also developing the future combat air system. These programs are structured around cost and technology sharing between partner nations. Israel has demonstrated in the past that it can negotiate meaningful technology integration rights within collaborative frameworks, the F-35I customization being the most documented example. A partnership model would allow Israel to contribute its areas of proven strength, electronic warfare, autonomous systems, and sensor technology, while sharing the overall development burden with allied nations. One of the most analytically relevant factors in this discussion is Israel's established position in unmanned aerial systems development. Sixth-generation air combat doctrine centers significantly on the integration of manned and unmanned platforms operating together. Israel has been developing and operationally deploying unmanned combat systems longer than most nations. The Harop loitering munition, the Heron series of surveillance drones, and various classified UAV programs represent a deep and operationally validated foundation. If Israel were to pursue a sixth-generation strategy that prioritizes advanced unmanned wingman development, designed to operate alongside existing or upgraded manned platforms, it could achieve meaningful sixth-generation interoperability at a considerably lower cost than full platform development. This approach aligns with Israel's documented strengths and would represent a strategically coherent use of available resources. Understanding Israel's sixth-generation considerations requires examining the regional environment in which its air force must operate. Several regional actors have acquired or are in the process of acquiring advanced air defense systems and combat aircraft that represent a more capable threat environment than existed a decade ago. Iran has continued to develop ballistic missile capabilities and has received advanced Russian air defense platforms. Non-state actors in the region now operate increasingly sophisticated air defense systems. Regional states are also procuring more advanced combat aircraft through international arms markets. These developments mean that maintaining a qualitative edge in air power requires continuous investment and forward planning. Israel's defense community is well aware that technological advantages are not permanent. They require sustained development, modernization, and adaptation to remain operationally relevant. A balanced assessment suggests that a fully sovereign Israeli sixth-generation fighter program is not a near-term realistic outcome, given current financial, industrial, and geopolitical constraints. However, that does not mean Israel is without credible options. A co-development partnership with allied nations, contributing Israeli expertise in electronic warfare, autonomous systems, and avionics in exchange for platform access and integration rights, represents the most financially and strategically sound pathway. Simultaneously, continued investment in advanced unmanned systems allows Israel to develop sixth-generation interoperability without requiring full platform independence. Israel's defense trajectory has historically been characterized by pragmatic, capability-focused decision-making rather than prestige-driven programs. Applying that same analytical framework to the sixth-generation question suggests Israel will pursue a path that is effective, affordable, and strategically sustainable, rather than symbolic. If you found this analysis useful, consider subscribing for more evidence-based coverage of global defense developments, aerospace programs, and strategic military topics. Every video on this channel is built around verified information and neutral analysis. No exaggeration, no speculation. Share this video if you think others would benefit from a clear, headed breakdown of this topic, and leave your perspective in the comments. Do you think Israel should pursue a collaborative sixth-generation approach or invest independently over the long term? Informed discussion is what this community is built around. More in-depth defense analysis is coming. Make sure you do not miss it.